Yeah, hello and welcome to On the Mandelpiece with me, Sasha Mandel. So, what is on the agenda today? As you can see, we've got our very first live guest here on the show, Sam Crooks, one half of Gatekeepers. But before we delve into a little interview with him and a performance of his single, Always Something, we're going to dive into Behind the Kimono. So, a couple of updates. One of them is we have finally got ourselves a composer for If You Musk, the 10-part series I'm making all about Elon Musk. This guy is called Thomas Stubb, aka at Thomas_Pool79. He has been incredibly generous and offered to create some ambient music for the 10-part series. So we will hopefully, fingers crossed, if Tom says that he's going to do it, he's going to bloody do it. So he's going to give us a little bit of a sneak preview for next week's episode. So what has been going on with the show? I have been writing furiously, trying to create this show from bloody scratch. Yes, I have. Okay, so what have I been doing in terms of the actual nitty-gritty? I have written about 5 episodes of the 10-part series. I'm going to put my hands up right now and tell you that I have hit a wall. I've hit a wall so badly that the last few days I haven't been writing, and it's hurt my soul. It's hurt my brain. I'm not going to lie. It's made me cry a couple of times. But when you hit a wall, what do you do? What do you do? What do you do? What do you do? You try and hit the wall in smarter ways. So I have decided, after a conversation with my brother Jake, very smart man, he and I have decided that actually, if you're going to write 10 episodes, well, you're going to get bored. You're going to lose focus. You're not going to want to complete it. So if you look at each episode as being a sequence of things that need to be done, i.e., let's say one episode is you write a first draft, then you write a final draft, then you film it, then you edit it, then you publish it. Well, you don't necessarily have to write all 10 before you can then get final draft of all 10, before you can then film all 10. So in order to keep myself motivated, I'm stopping the writing for the time being, and then I will be filming. I've got an incredible videographer, Tobias Norman. He is hopefully going to be helping me film, not this Sunday, but the Sunday after. And it's going to be exciting. It's going to be rad. I haven't decided which episode I want to jump into quite yet, but I will keep you updated, as always, week in, week out, on here, on the Mandelpiece, live. So enough about If You Musk. Let's delve into a little interview with Sam Crooks and then a performance. Just hold your horses as I prep the interview. Yeah. Sammy, baby. Hello, so lovely to see you. So great that you were able to come. Thank you so much for joining the show. Pleasure. Thank you. So I'd just like to introduce Sam. Sam is one half of Gatekeepers, a folk band. I've seen them a number of times. They are incredible. But enough about me chatting away with my voice box. Let's hear from Sam. Can you introduce yourself to the audience, please?
Yeah, so my name is Sam. I'm from Canada, close to Montreal, Quebec. I've been a musician for a number of years now.
Yeah.
And I've moved to London just around almost 4 years ago now.
Wow, okay. Well, obviously you are a musician first and foremost. How long have you been playing music for?
Let's see, I'm 31 now. Probably. I mean, so I grew up in a musical family. My dad has been a choir director and a performer of kind
really?
for a very long time. Yes.
Oh, lush.
And so, I mean, it's been in my bones for forever. But I would say, you know, probably since I was 12, I was really kind of interested in playing bass.
Okay. So it's been, so it's bass. Bass is the most important. That's your primary, I suppose, instrument. That that's
definitely. I consider myself a bass player. Yeah.
Nice. Okay. So in that regards, obviously you're a bass player. You've moved to London. Quite exciting. But let's just wind back time.
Right.
And was there a moment in your life where you decided, you know what, I'm actually going to dedicate my life to music?
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting you say that. So I don't know if there was a particular moment in which I said to myself I would dedicate myself to music, but there was a moment when I knew that I loved performing, and funnily enough, so me and a couple of my friends when I was about 15, we were already kind of fooling around with music and seeing how that would go, and we got.
Were you in a band at that point?
Not really. So I had buddies that I would play with in band class and things like that, and guys I would like to hang out with. And we got this gig at a Christian kind of weekend Christian camp for, you know, setting up the summer camp for the summer and everything. But they usually have like a weekend in May in which, you know, you get the site ready. And people come in, and they usually have, you know, a service at nighttime,
right?
And you play the music for that. And
very American Pie type band camp situation.
I'm from Canada, but
Canadian Pie. Apologies.
So we did that, and we played the songs that, you know, they kind of commissioned us to play.
Yeah.
But one night they had, you know, kind of a play whatever you like kind of night, like an acoustic,
like a talent show kind of.
Yeah, sure, yeah,
okay.
And so me and my friend, who were very much into Tenacious D.
You love the Tenacious D.
Yeah, wicked band. Jack Black is amazing. He's one of my.
Which is your favorite tune of Tenacious D?
Oh, geez, Beelzebub.
Beelzebub. Okay.
Beelzebub, big tune. And Jack Black is really, he's one of my heroes in terms of singing. I've been listening to him for forever, and even though he's comical in the way that he sings, he's fantastic in his delivery, and he's got pipes for days.
Oh my goodness, he's almost operatic in.
He's incredible.
In nature,
he's absolutely incredible. And we decided that we were going to do the song Tribute, which was huge at the time. We're talking
incredible.
We're talking like 2004,
yeah,
latest kind of thing. So that song was pretty fresh back in those days, and we performed that song, and everybody liked it so much. And I obviously, you know, now being a musician, loved that kind of high that you got of people enjoying it. Lots of people were like, "Yo, I didn't know you could sing." And I was like, "Well, to be fair, I didn't know. Like, I could sing."
It was like a shock to the system.
Yeah.
The adrenaline rush hitting you. Amazing.
Yeah, it was really fun.
And at that point, you were like, "Right, this is something I could enjoy."
Yeah, it's something I definitely wanted to do more of, and I think it was something that I found like, you know, I'm good at this. I want to see where this goes.
Okay, cool. So fast forwarding now to London, England, where you are now based for 4 years, as you said. You're half of Gatekeepers.
Indeed.
Can you tell us who the other person is, who the other half is?
Yeah, so the actual guitar player of the band is Nick Anderson. He's a lovely bloke, as they say.
He's got incredibly dry humor. I do like, whenever I watch you guys upstairs, he's very dry in his delivery.
What I like to say about Nick is that he's a 75-year-old man stuck in a 28-year-old's body.
Okay. So this old man trapped inside this very fluffy young body. How did you meet the guy?
So interestingly enough, I was playing on cruise ships, and I met a bunch of lads on the last contract that I
Yeah.
was doing that were from the UK. And I was living in the UK at that time, and I decided to go off and just do a really short contract. But I met all these dudes, and they're not London based, but they told me when they were in London, and one of the guys wanted to go to a jam night, and he was staying at my place. So I was like, all right, yeah, check that out.
Yeah.
I live near Camden, and so I was just looking for jam nights that were in Camden, and we found one at the Dublin Castle, which is famously Amy Winehouse's favorite pub.
It's a beautiful place. I think there's a nice kind of pub garden as well there. Out there.
No garden. Just
sorry.
Yeah. Clearly hasn't been.
I'm so sorry.
But yeah, there is a really great venue in the back, and
Okay.
it's known for kind of greasy ska punk shows and this and that. But on Tuesday nights, they used to hold a jam night, and Nick, funnily enough, used to work at that place. And whenever the band for the jam night was late, they would kind of get him to go up and start the night just with his acoustic guitar and play a couple numbers while they waited for, classic band move to just be late.
Nice,
yeah.
Like the classic kind of guy that sweeps the floors and then he has his moment to shine.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I saw him play there one of those nights, and I was completely enamored with how well he played the guitar. And obviously I'm a bass player, and one of the things I wanted when I moved over here was to find, good musicians to play with.
Yeah.
So I asked him to play with me because I had brought my guitar for that night, and he accepted, which was very sweet of him to do because he didn't know me, and he was just kind of this weird Canadian guy who had shown up, and I just absolutely loved it. And I called him the next day, and I was like, "Hey, man, I think we should, make some music." And here we are, about 4 years later, 3.5 years or so later. Still doing it.
That's incredible. Yeah. Okay. And so in that regard, Gatekeepers, what is the near future looking like for you guys?
So we're gigging fairly often. We're playing shows with a company called So Far, which does kind of like intimate acoustic shows around London in kind of weird little places, which is really, really, really fun to do. But our next one that we're doing is on October the 23rd at a place called the Strong Room in Shoreditch. And I'm really excited for that because the rest of the people that are playing on that bill as well are really, really talented. So I'm looking forward to that, and we're headlining. So
you heard that, ladies and gentlemen, here first on the Mandelpiece, 23rd. We're going to be seeing you live. Where again? Sorry,
the Strong Room.
The Strong Room. The Strong Room. Amazing. Okay, so I will probably be there as well if you'd like to come along. Kiss, kiss, hug, hug. And what about your music? Is there a new album? Is there a new single that you guys are working on? How's that going?
Yeah, so I mean, we're currently in the process of writing new material at the moment.
Okay.
We released an EP back in May at the Camden Chapel, which I believe you were at. And so that's been going really well, just kind of playing gigs, supporting that, and kind of getting that out to as many people as possible. But now we're concentrating on getting new material out there, playing gigs when we can, and I think we'll do probably a live video of one of the tunes pretty soon.
100% live. It's all about live, baby. And talking about live, we're going to see you perform now, I think.
I think so.
So get ready, make yourself at home in the performance place. Guys, we're going to leave Sam to get ready, tune up. Thanks so much, guys, so far for listening and watching us. We're going to turn the lights down real low for our very first performance here on the Mandelpiece, entitled Always Something by Sam Crooks.
If I could give you just 1 minute to escape the way you feel, guide you on the pathway so your heart won't congeal. left alone scars you've known, living song by time. Takes care for your heart to realize. Oh, when you feel the beat under your feet, feel the painting for its art, you'll find the path designed with heart. Just hang on and let it be. No, you won't stand for nothing less. Be kind to all you've left. Always something keep you on the end of that string. Always something. Always something keep you on the end of that string. Always something. I like to say I know the way to unravel the knots of the brain. It's one at a time, the threads you unwind will lead to peace of mind. Be kind to all you resign. There's always something to keep you on the end of that string. Always something. Always something keep you on the end of that string. Always something. Find truth in yourself. Can't trust in your help. Keep faith in your heart. So much to take part. Believe in the signs and tell them it's right. Oh, there's always something keep you on the end of that string. Always something. Always something keep you on the end of that string. Always something.
That was Sam Crooks. This has been On the Mantelpiece. Thank you so much, Sam, for being the very first guest. Catch us next week, Wednesday night, live.